Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Lauren. With everyone going back to school, we're going to kick things off with a college series. This first video is going to be about things that I wish I knew before college. Okay, the first thing is you don't need to know your major right away. Even if you do think that you know your major, it's probably going to change several times. I know mine did. I know a lot of people who go in for one thing and then end up changing their major to something completely different. The second thing is that college is extremely different from high school. Things that are important in high school are not very important in college. So if you had a rough time in high school, don't expect college to be exactly the same because people are different. You're probably going to go to a school that's in a new place, and a lot of the things that you did or didn't do in high school just don't matter. Number 3 is live on campus your first year. I highly recommend living on campus. I know a lot of people will probably want to get an apartment, but living on campus is a lot more convenient. You have the CAF right there, everything's right where you need it to be, and it's a lot easier to meet people your first year when you live on campus, especially in the dorms. One of the best years of my college experience was when I lived in the dorms, so I would highly recommend that you live in the dorms your first year. Talk to your roommate beforehand. Whether you are moving in with a roommate that you've known before college or if your roommate has been matched to you, talk to them before you go there. Talk about what you're going to bring, who's going to bring, like if somebody's going to bring the mini fridge, if somebody's going to bring like a TV, like you want to make sure that you guys aren't bringing doubles of things and you're maximizing space. Your dorm is probably not going to be very big, so it's important to maximize space and coordinate beforehand. And also getting to know your roommate is something that I would really recommend just so you know what you're getting yourself into. That brings us into our next one, which is select your hall strategically. A lot of schools, each dorm, hall, or house will have a different theme. Like musicians may be attracted to one dorm, while more people who are more athletic might be attracted to another. People who are going to be into partying, or whether you're not going to be into partying, a lot of schools will arrange halls like that, and I would recommend looking into that beforehand so that you know what hall you're getting into. Also look at placement too, like if you want to be really close to the rec or something, you might want to look into a hall that's located more closely to the rec just for convenience. So this goes for applying for schools. I would recommend applying to at least 3. Apply to a school that you know that you're going to get into, a school that you're pretty sure you'll get into, and then your dream school that you're not sure that you're going to get into. So I would recommend applying to at least those 3. You don't want to only apply to schools that are super difficult. You might end up not getting into any, and that would not be a good situation. Also, you don't want to not challenge yourself. So if you have a school that you always wanted to go to, apply for it. You never know. Even if you don't think that you're going to get in, you might. I applied to 7 schools, which a lot of people might consider to be a little bit much, but I wasn't really sure where I wanted to go, so I applied to a variety just so that I had more time to look into them. So that's another thing that you could do too. Learn to do laundry before you go to school. If you're living in the dorms, you're not going to have very much space, so I wouldn't recommend bringing everything that you own. That includes clothes, which I don't know, depending on how often you go back home, you don't want to run out of clothes and you want to know how to do laundry. There'll probably be laundry in your hall, depending on the school that you go to. But make sure that you know how to run a load of laundry and not forget to put the soap in, things like that, like knowing what you can hang up. It's definitely useful knowledge that I would recommend knowing beforehand. Learn to make easy meals. You might have a meal plan, especially if you live on campus, which is super convenient, but there's sometimes that you're just not going to feel like going to the caf, and that's when it's going to be useful to have some things in your room, like whether it be like something that you can put in the microwave or like some oatmeal or just quick things like that that you can keep in your room for when you're not feeling, or if you don't have time to go to the caf. Sign up for classes as soon as possible. As soon as you can register for classes, especially being a freshman, if you're going in as a freshman, I know most schools will give priority to seniors and students who have been there longer, who have more credit hours accumulated. So if you're going in as a freshman, you're already getting like slim pickings. You're getting like the classes that didn't get filled up by the other students. So do yourself a favor and apply early. Look into classes like that you might want to apply for before you're able to apply. That way when you're able to apply, you're not competing with everybody, all of the freshmen who are trying to apply, because you already have your schedule set. So build your schedule beforehand and then have a few backups and then go in and schedule your classes. That last point kind of goes into this last tip that I have here, which is don't overload yourself, especially going in as a freshman. If it's your first year, don't overload yourself on classes. I would recommend taking the minimum amount of classes that would make you full-time, whether that be 12 credit hours or 13 credit hours, whatever it is. I would recommend doing that. You might be getting like a little bit overexcited and scheduling too many classes, but it's not like high school, and the classes are going to be more difficult and they're going to require more of your time. So I would recommend taking some easy classes, and I would recommend gen eds, especially your first semester. There's a website called ratemyprofessor.com, and you can go on this website and you can look up reviews of professors of different classes, and students who have had that class go in and will leave reviews about the class, about the professor, and I would recommend using that. These are real reviews from real students and it's anonymous too, so you can also go on there after you've taken a class and leave a review of your professor. It's a really useful resource, and I highly recommend using it. And then build your schedule to your likings. Like maybe if you want to have short days all week, you could take Monday through Friday classes and take them like in the morning and be done super early. Or what I do, and I know what a lot of people will do, is try and jam pack all of their classes into like Tuesday, Thursday, so they have classes, like really long days of class Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then the rest of the week they can spend studying and going out and doing whatever they want. So those are all the tips that I have for you guys for this video. I am going to be posting another one. If you found these tips helpful and you would like to hear some more tips that I have, please hit the like button and comment and subscribe. I post videos every week. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.